I want to share with you a really weird trick I showed Tom that instantly works and it makes your swing so much more natural. And actually we found we hit the golf ball at least a club longer. That's 15 yards with every single one of his irons. Now the release is made up of two factors. We have some weight transfer and we have the wrist motion. So let's cover this wrist motion to start. Now I've got a hammer in my hand here. This makes like a real world analogy, which you're gonna go get that, I call it the aha moment in your golf swings. When we're hitting a golf shot, we're trying to put pressure down on the ground. So let's imagine this nail is sat at roughly a 45-degree angle. Now I've grabbed my hammer here. So for me to hammer this into the ground, you can see I've set my hammer on a slight angle. This being flat to the ground, this being all the way up. So sort of halfway between that there. And now, if I just ask you one simple question, standing to this nail, the alignment stick, what motion would you have to make with your wrist in order to hammer this into the ground? Now, most of us swing like this. The hammer's pointing up. And what that means in your golf swing, and this is the important point, that you would release it like this. Have a look at that down at the ball there. You would be adding loft, your face is more likely to be open, creating such a weak impact position. And hopefully you can sort of recognize that something that you're potentially doing right now. And like I said, for Tom, he was like, oh my God, aha. So again, not here, on the angle, grab it in your left hand. So now I said to him, go on, make the motion, swing it back and hammer it. Oh, right, okay, boof. Look what motion my wrist is making. I'm making this action on the way down. We call this flexion in our golf swing. So I then said to him, go on, how would you actually add even more power to this? He said, well, you know what? I could then transfer my weight. I said, brilliant. They're the two ingredients to release in the golf swing. So now we said, okay, hammer on the same angle, transfer. All right, now look at where we are here. This is that iconic impact position. Yes, it's super exaggerated, super exaggerated, but now I'm starting to really put these pieces together in our golf swing. And you've never got this sensation before. So if I bring that to life, and this is where it starts to really make sense, and just do it one-handed to begin with, address that golf ball, make the same motion you just did with the hammer and the nail analogy, but into the ball. Right, okay, what am I starting to look like? I'm starting to look like all those good words: compression, forward shaft lean, hitting ball, then turf. And this is super exciting. Now, right now, this is where we sort of discussed this. And this is where I went, okay, now we've got the concept. We're on the same page. It opens the door to a drill that is fantastic, that actually makes you repeatable. It sticks. And the way I do it right now, this gives you a chance of going, have I done it right? Have I done it wrong? When I'm actually hitting some shots. To accelerate this further, we use the hack motion. It's not essential, but what it does do, it accelerates that learning and you know whether you're doing it right or wrong. Now, one thing I would say right now, if you could do one thing for me, is pay attention to the positions that I create. And you will then start to learn exactly how you should move. So we would then set this up and we chose the release drill. We start the drill and they've got an exciting new thing on here called swing thoughts, which I'm excited to see what it is. I would then go irons and hybrids, and we go then to the address position. Now remember, all we're trying to do is make the same move as the hammer and the nail analogy. Starting position, hear the click, make a short backswing, and now on the way down, I want to make some reps where I'm feeling I'm hammering this in. Look where I am. That's exactly the same position. Through, shot captured, brilliant. And what's great about this is we could make several reps without making an impact on the golf ball, and we still saw the same moves. So I then said to Tom, just for the sake of this, do it again with the hammer for me. So not there, halfway between, go to your address position, make a short swing, and feel that same motion, all the way down, as if you were hammering your nail into the ground. And straight away, we saw the exact same feedback, green. So if you're not releasing it properly, these are the sort of things that we would see. We would see potentially no weight transfer, but more importantly, we would see our club work very much from this position like this, all the way into the ball. But where my hands are significantly behind, adding loft. So again, that wouldn't be hammering our nail in. And a big version of that would look very much like this into the golf ball. So nice and simple. You can see whether you're doing it right, you can see whether you're doing it wrong. Now the beauty of this is I'm gonna hit a shot away with that half shot drill. And that's how me and Tom built this in. We stood here, using the release drill, we swung back halfway, and then we hit one away. Really trying to excel that motion of release and the hammer and the nail into the golf ball. So to do this effectively at the range, I would recommend doing 5 practice swings to start with. Really those half shots, imagining that hammer and the nail. Then hit 5 half shots, just as I did right here. Once you've got some good success and some good strikes doing that, feeling that compression, I would then start hitting some full shots. And at any point when you're losing that strike, go back to the practice swings and go back to those half shots. And you know what? There's no reason why you can't get a hammer at home and practice this in the mirror. And you know what's great about this new feature here on the Hack Motion app? You've actually got some swing thoughts like, number 1, weight forward. What does that mean? The second one, squeeze the elbows, hit the wall, 90-90 drill. These are all great ideas and great feelings and potentially things you could take out onto the golf course. And you can see there, 2 right, 1 wrong. That's when we were demoing the hands behind, not in front. So one swing thought I would definitely recommend Hack Motion to add to this one is hammer the nail. So Tom said to me, Alex, what I'm gonna take to the golf course, mate, is half practice swing to start, hammer the nail, feel the compression. Oh, green, did you just see that? And then out on the golf course, you've now got the chance to have some confidence with these clubs that you've never had before. So I've got 4 iron here, take those ideas of the swing thoughts, put some rhythm on it, and start seeing iron shots just like that. Wow, that felt so pure. I didn't even think 4 iron could reach. So I can't wait to hear about your golf game and hitting some shots just like that. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that thumbs up button if you did enjoy this video.